Hello, everyone. I'm the okayest bassist, and this is my Flame Instruments Lord of the Rings custom bass. I call him Gorthaur. This is quite by far my favorite bass in my collection. Eye of Sauron motif on the body, inlay of the black speech of the One Ring across the fretboard, beautiful multi-scale, beautiful layered laminate, whatever you want to call it, with some nice finishings. Oh, I love this bass. Um, it is my favorite by far. I have had this bass now for months. I try to make sure that each of my reviews occur months after I get to the instrument. The unboxing should have just gone up a few weeks ago, but I try to make sure I've had the instrument for quite a while so that any problems or any blemishes, ugliness to the instrument will not be overshadowed by the fact that it's shiny and new. So I have had this for quite a few months now. So here we are, time for the review. So I do my 4Ps: playability, parts, practicality, and purchasability. This one, in the case of playability, 5 out of 5. The multi-scale on this is super comfortable. The pickup, I wish there'd been a little rounding for a thumb rest, but it's not at an extreme angle where I'm resting my thumb on a corner or a point, so it's fine. But it is a delight to play this instrument. I thoroughly enjoy it. I have never sat down, picked up this instrument, and thought, I wish it. No, nothing. Like nothing. It plays fantastically. Parts, 5 out of 5. The string retainers are good. They're solid. Standard strap buttons. That's what I wanted, so I can use my D'Addario auto locking strap. The pickup was custom made. Karel, the guy who made it, ordered the pickup from someone he knows, so it's all custom with, of course, the cover to match the body. And then Ibanez EHB tuners. These are by far, out of all headless systems I've used, and I've used a lot, these are by far the best. And he was able to get those. I was so happy because that's been the only thing on the other customs, Albedo and Ines, that I have that I wish I had pushed for was a way to have found and gotten Ibanez headless tuners, because they make the experience so much better. They work so well. They're easy to use. They have so much functionality to them. All in all, everything on here, 5 out of 5 for parts, including this weirdness on the back. So you may have noticed there are no knobs. There are no switches. There's nothing on the front of this to do controls. So Karel made in the back, where the control cavity is, a switch that is, I believe, single coil to humbucker. And then there are 2 sliders, one for volume, one for tone. They are recessed into the cavity so that it is flush across the back. And then nothing mars the imaging across the front. So hardware on this thing, 5 out of 5. There was a small problem for about 3 weeks. It was down due to the signal had cut out, and it turned out, according to the guy I took it to have it fixed, that the shielding that was used on the inside was coming slightly into contact with one of the parts of the slider. So there was just a slight problem of milling, I guess, that had happened. And that was causing a minor short. So it was cutting in and out as soon as it was reassembled. So everything from there has been great. Sounds awesome. All of it's great. So parts, 5 out of 5. Practicality, as much as I think every situation calls for this crazy looking shape with an Eye of Sauron image across it with the black speech and all this headless glory, I got to give it a 4 out of 5. The thing will play whatever you want it to play. It will easily travel. This can fit in pretty well most normal gig bags. A lot of cases it'll fit in. Like, it's not a crazy long thing like a Dingwall. The D-Rock I've mentioned on its video how some things are kind of hard to get it to fit in. Um, all in all, the practicality on it, I have to dock it. One, anything that's headless, you have that problem of having to mount like tape wounds. If you do that, I have a whole video about how I glue the ends and make sure everything's set so that it doesn't fall apart. But also, the imagery of a custom themed instrument is inherently going. I have played this at church. Nobody quit. I think people just thought, oh, that's some weird looking wood. And that was about the end of it. And those who did recognize it was the Eye of Sauron were Lord of the Rings fans who came to me and basically were like, man, that's awesome. And that was about the entirety of the conversation. So there are places that you show up to play with this, you're going to get laughed at or asked to leave. So there are chances that you might not be able to play it just about everywhere. Um, Purchasability, just like the other customs, it could be a 1, could be a 5. If you got a hold of Karel and asked, hey, I want you to make another Lord of the Rings base just like you made for Travis, the okayest bassist, he could do it. It wouldn't be exactly the same because of course the wood's going to be different. He may have better techniques by then. He may choose to do the neck through and lamination better. Maybe the control system would change. But if you said, I want the same thing that he has, he could make it. It'll take time. It'll take money for quite a bit. But long and short, it could be remade. It could be remade to your own specifications. Maybe you want it to be a 37-inch scale. You whatever. He could make it. So it's purchasable. You could get it. If you give me enough money, I'll sell this one to you. It's going to be a lot because now I have to get a hold of Karel and ask him to make me another one. But it's purchasable, but not easily. So 1 out of 5 or 5 out of 5, yeah, you could get it. You just have to wait and have it made. Can you just go get it? Absolutely not. So that brings our score to either 15 out of 20 or 19 out of 20, depending how you want to look at it. Again, this is my favorite bass. You could tell me that it's ugly, awful, sounds terrible. You could tell me that it's the stupidest thing you've ever seen, and all of those things, you're just wrong. That's all there is to it. The shape is super comfortable. I have never had a time where I've played this and thought, the horn on the bottom has like not quite enough room for me because I'm fat. If I was skinnier, it would fit a little better. So yeah, if I could just grab this and stretch it out a little more, would I? Sure, but I don't care because it's comfortable. Once you have it sitting and you're playing, you're fine. So I love it. My favorite bass in the entire collection. I don't see how something's going to pass it up. It would take a very special something to do that. And that's also because of the theming. I love Lord of the Rings, if you couldn't guess that already. But anyway, as it goes, that's what I think. That's what I give it. If you disagree, go ahead and tell me, and then I'll know that your opinions are different from mine, and that's about all I'll learn. But as always, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a day as awesome as you are. Hello, everyone. My name is the okayest, but that's not how the intro works.